Hello students, so welcome back to our online classes. So in the last class we studied about the planets in details. Okay, so today we'll study about the phases of moon, asteroids, comets, then meteors and constellations. Now before discussing about the phases of the moon, I want to tell you that yes, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin were the first astronauts to step on the moon in 1969. Okay, they explored the moon and have taken many photographs of the moon. Now, these phases of the moon. Now, I want to tell you that this moon doesn't have their own light. It is the light it receives from the sun. Now, we have seen sometimes full moon, sometimes half moon, okay. Sometimes it remains dark, okay. Now, the visible shape we see of in the moon night changes of night to night. Now, in its journey from new moon to full moon, the visible portion increases and the moon is said to wax. So, from the new moon, okay, from the new moon to full moon. Okay, from the new moon to full moon, the visible portion increases. The visible portion means the portion which we can see with our own eye. That's it. That is visible to us. The visible portion increases, and that portion and the moon is at that time it's said to be wax. So remember this term. Now don't say this wax is a candle. Okay, this is the wax of the moon. Now. Second one, I mean in its journey from full moon to new moon, that was for new moon to full moon. Now full moon to new moon, the visible portion decreases. Visible portion, the portion which we can see with our naked eye, it decreases. It comes less by less. And that time the moon is said to be in wane, W-A-N-E, wane. Now this waxing and waning of the moon is known as the phases of the moon. Now this is only called the phases of the moon. In fact, the moon is always half dark and half bright, but the angle of the view from the earth keeps changing. Now the moon always remains half dark and half bright. Okay, but we can see changes. Sometimes we see the full moon, sometimes we half moon, sometimes bright. Why? Because we see the angle of there's an angle of we are seeing the moon from here to there. There's an angle of distance, and that is why we used to see this changing of the changing of the darkness and brightness of the moon. On the new moon day, the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth. Now in the new moon day, we used to say this new moon today. After so long, you can see the new moon. It's a new moon day. That is new moon. Okay, like I'll just show you. This is the new moon. Now this is the new moon, and after that it have to be the full moon. It have to be covered the full moon. Okay. On the new moon day, the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth, whereas on the full moon day, the bright hemisphere is visible to us. In the new moon day, the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth, and that is why the dark hemisphere, that is why we can only see this part, okay, this part, and we cannot see this part, and that is why it's seen, we see only this part, okay, then it becomes invisible to us. And what happened? And on the full moon day, that is on full moon day, the bright hemisphere is visible to us. This is the bright hemisphere is visible to us, and that is why we see the brighter moon from the surface of the earth. Now coming to the asteroids. Now what are the asteroids? Now we have came across so many times the heavenly bodies or the celestial bodies comprised of asteroids, comets, and I have also explained you in very short. So now these asteroids are small planets like solid objects. Okay, solid objects found in the solar system. These are also called planetoids or minor planets. Now 8 planets to we know. Okay, 8 planets, but beside there are also small planets. and these small planets are only called asteroids. Okay. Each asteroid has its own orbit around the sun. Own orbit around the sun is that, suppose this is the sun, and these are like small, like these are the orbits, okay, like these are these orbits there revolving around the sun. These are the orbits, okay. Orbits means at circular motion. Now this belt stretches from 250 million to 600 million kilometers from the sun, and in this belt only, this is the belt of the orbit, and there are many small planets which are known as asteroids, okay. Now coming to the meteors. Now what is meteors? Every night we can see some bright streaks of light in the sky. These are called meteors. They are also known as the shooting stars. Now meteors are called shooting stars. In movies we have seen, like in Hindi it is said that टूटता हुआ तारा. I think you have heard that टूटता हुआ तारा, isn't it? And that is only called the shooting star. It just come like it's like shoot, it and comes and it becomes invisible. Like in a fraction of a second it disappears. Okay. And it has a bright streaks. Bright streaks means, I'm telling you, suppose this is the shooting star. It's a bright streak like this. Streak. Meteors are small pieces of rocks revolving around the sun. Now these are small pieces of rocks, that is, this is the sun and this is the revolve around the sun. Now the presence of meteors in the sky is known only when they enter the Earth's atmosphere. We can see only the presence of these meteors when they appears in the Earth's atmosphere. We used to see in the sky on the shooting star, and this is when they used to reach to the Earth's atmosphere. Then only we can see with our naked. Now these comets, when reach near the sun, it forms a long tail. Okay, and they start glowing. And this most famous comet is known as the Halley's Comet, which was last seen in 1986. And it will appear again after 76 years. That means we can see in 2062. So now what are the constellations? The constellations are the group of bright stars. Now what happened? This ancient people used to attribute some animals and like mythological beasts. They used to give some, suppose I'll give you an example, okay. I'll give you an example. What happened? This ancient people, suppose these are stars, okay. Suppose these are stars. Suppose what happened? They used to believe, okay, this ancient, suppose this is a bird, okay, suppose this is a bird. So they used to think in that way. They used to give some particular, what happened, figures to these stars. In ancient days, the constellations were believed to influence the daily life of people on Earth. It was believed that these stars used to influence the life of the people. And it was used as a guide. Guide means it was used as a help for planting and harvesting crops and slaughtering of animals. Now the most easily recognizable constellation is known as Saptarishi, which is a group of 7 stars. Saptarishi is also known as one of the constellations. Now in the ancient time, people used to find the north direction with the help of stars. The pole star indicates the north. We can locate the position of the north pole star with the help of the Saptarishi. So can you see, these are some of the signs. See, these are some of the signs. This is the Saptarishi. See, these are they have joined some points. Okay, so this ancient people believed in this way. So we have come to the end of the chapter. So any doubt you can ask me. Okay, then thank you.